Okay, what we're going to spend a few minutes on is your what are daily rituals. So a lot of what tends to happen or not happen is obviously a reflection of what it is that you do every single day. And I love the saying that says results don't lie. Okay, a lot of times we may sit around and complain to ourselves that this isn't happening or that isn't happening. And the reality of it is if we were doing the things that were requisite to achieve something, if we were doing those things, then it would be impossible for something not to happen. So as I look at maybe goals that I've set in the past, I think, okay, well, that didn't happen simply because I didn't do what was needed to achieve that goal. Now, I may have done what I thought would be needed to achieve that goal, but what we think is necessary to achieve a goal and what it actually takes a lot of times is drastically different. So my encouragement would be to you is you're setting goals. If those goals aren't happening and you think, well, I'm doing everything that I can. Well, the reality of it is if you were doing everything that you needed to be doing to hit that goal, then that goal would happen. Okay, and so again, the thing that I've loved the most as I look at that is to say, okay, well, I grossly underestimated what it would take to achieve that goal. And a lot of times, what it really comes down to is what is it that I'm allocating my time to as my daily rituals. So specifically, what we're going to talk about is what kind of rituals maybe do you want to think about setting every single morning as you get going. So you've got to set the tone for your day as soon as your feet hit the floor. Okay, what kinds of things are you going to focus on? Where is your mind immediately moving to? So let's kind of talk about some of these things, some of the daily rituals. One thing, we can't change unless we change. I love that saying. It's by Grant Cardone. You can't change unless you actually change. And change doesn't happen without change. Okay? So, one thing is before you go to bed every single night, write down what it is that you're going to do in the morning. So, as you think about this, as soon as you wake up tomorrow morning, what are some of the things that you would like to have happen? Okay. As you get out of bed, what's the first thing that you look at? First thing that you see, the first thing that's going to go through your mind. So you have to control what it is that you allow to influence your thoughts. Okay. So the goals that you have for 2017, if I was to walk into your bedroom, bathroom, wherever, would I see something visually that would tell me the types of commitments that you're making yourself, that you're making to yourself for 2017? Would I find evidence of that? If not, think about how can your mind be obsessed or constantly be thinking about something that it's not visually taking anything in on. Okay? So write down what it is that you want to do the morning before, write that down the night before. So some things maybe in the morning that you want to consider is listening to something positive, motivational. Okay? Maybe like the 10x rule, be obsessed or be average. Listen to 15 minutes 10 minutes, whatever, of something from Tony Robbins. Whatever it is, you've got to feed the beast and starve your fears. Okay. Uh, Listen to something every single day that has to do with sales, something that has to do with interacting and meeting with people. Okay, that's the business we're in. By the way, that's the business that every single person on planet Earth is in. They are in the people business, which is the sales business. To people that need to want a new job, they need to learn how to sell themselves in interviews. People that want to increase their income, they've got to understand what it's going to take to do that. Everything in life is about learning how to interact with people, which is sales. Okay, listen to something every single day that has to do with the business that you're in, which is finance and product training. I mean, you have so many different bomb videos you can watch. You can go to our back office. You've got some things on YouTube that we put on our channel. There is all of the webinars that we send out that are recorded. I mean, there's so many different things that you can be doing every single day to work on your craft and getting a little bit sharper. By the way, if you just this year, think about this. If you had enough discipline that for 15 minutes every single day you listen to something on sales, and for 15 minutes you listen to something on finance, by the end of the year, you'd be teaching all the classes here in the office, and you'd be one of the sharpest, smartest guys in the office. Okay. The other thing that can happen a lot is we talk about listening to audio and all of these different things. The one thing I would tell you that I've made the mistake of in the past is, I have about an hour drive into the office out here in Scottsdale. And before I'll just play, sometimes I would play the audio the entire time. And by the time you get to the office, you just have had so much information hit you. But I realized that I never had any time really to reflect on it. So as you're listening to something and it hits you, pause your audio and reflect on it. But as you're reflecting on it, think, okay, I need to do more of that. And then think about the implementation of it. How do I implement that in my practice? What is it that I can be doing today that would implement whatever thought that I just had? Because as you're listening to this audio and you have certain things that come to your mind, it does you no good if you can never get around to the implementation of it. So pause your audio. That could be 5 minutes into your audio. Think, okay, that's great. Now, how do I implement that so that it has an impact on my business, my life, and everything else? Your drive time can be productive time. Now, when I talk about drive time, I'm not just talking about into the office. I'm talking about between appointments. So as you're doing your planning, you can be making phone calls to people. You can be listening to some of this audio. You can be reflecting. I mean, that can be some of the most productive time in your business. And by the way, how you use your time in the car says a lot about what's going to happen in your business in 2017. So my encouragement to you is make your drive time your productive time, okay? That's really all I want to talk to you about. It says at the top, overcoming objections, but these are really overcoming the objections that you give to yourself as you create these daily rituals. So as you think about the rituals that you want to have every single day, by the way, as you're thinking about these rituals and you're writing them down, it should take you no more than 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Don't worry about it being perfect. The mistakes I've made in the past is I think, okay, I'm going to write this list down, and then I'm going to make sure it's in the perfect order. And then after I make sure it's in the perfect order, I'm going to go try it one time, and then I'm going to change it. And, it's more important that you write something down and then you implement it as quickly as possible than you do to make sure that it's perfect, okay? A lot of you take way too much time making sure that something's perfect, and you miss out on what you'll learn by just taking action and taking action faster. So create your daily rituals. It will completely help you control your goals for 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, whenever you're listening to this audio. Let us know what we can do to help you. We're excited to be in business with you.